Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a one-page layout using the Simply the Best collection from Pinkfresh Studio. I am going to be using a little bit of mixed media using the packaging or smushing technique. I will take 3 different colors of Distress Oxides. That one I think is Speckled Egg. Oh, now I don't know. Brushed Corduroy maybe? And then I think it's Rustic Wilderness is the third one I am going to use. Oh no, I'm going to use Pine from Close to My Heart. So just adding kind of the smushing to the outsides, or not the outsides, to the layout. I am going to be doing a diagonal effect with the layout using circles. So I have a couple of different circle dies. One is from scrapbook.com right there, and then the other one is actually a shaker pocket or a shaker die from Close to My Heart, and that one didn't work the way I wanted. I think it was just a little bit too small if I remember correctly. So I'm going to cut out my photo using the die and then actually cut out a white, the next size up, cut out a circle of white to back my photo with. So I did that off camera, just kind of showed you how or what I was going to be using. And then I kind of, once my background dried, went ahead and constructed my layout. I decided that I was going to border my layout, and so I'm going to actually use this striped paper as the border. Gut the middle though, because who wants to waste this beautiful paper here? Not I. Usually what I will do if I'm going to cut my middle, kind of my base page, I will actually do, I think it's 1/2 inch or 1 inch on 2 sides, so then it equals a 1/2 inch on each side. But because I already had the mixed media done, I cut off a little bit on each of the 4 sides, if that makes sense. So normally I will only do 2 sides because it doesn't usually matter, but this, because of the mixed media, I cut a little bit off of each of the 4 sides. So I am going to pop up my photo on some foam tape here and place it on my white circle that I had cut out as well. I'm just not a good freehand cutter, and so I've done it in the past, but then end up having to distress it because it looks awful. I used that paper with all the circles and cut a bunch of the circles using the dies here, and I'm just going to layer them, like I said, in a diagonal up the page. I decided to commit to the way I had them placed. I am going to pop up some on foam tape, some I cut from kind of the sides of the paper, so they're only half circles, so I was actually able to include those as well in a couple of areas. And some of them have phrases, so the top, the L is legendary, and the S is so special. So now it was kind of just deciding what to do, and guess what? I decided to distress that anyways. Imagine that. Or actually, no, I didn't distress it. I used an ink. I thought it blended in too much. I think I actually used an ink around the edges of that paper, just to make that white pop on the background a little bit more. You can barely see it, but when I blow it up on my phone, I can definitely see the ink on there. So this is the part of that shaker that I had cut. I actually decided to layer it on the bottom half circle, just to add to it a little bit more. Since I had it cut already, I wanted to use it. So I popped that up on foam tape. And then I have this sticker sheet. I think it's Rosie's Studio, but I got it from an old Not Just for Boys kit. And there's all these phrases. So I decided to use a bunch of these phrases because they describe my oldest perfectly. So the ones that I'm going to be using are cool, curious, smart, kind, and silly. So I'm just going to kind of scatter those across the page. I do have to, what's taking so long is some of the pieces had the stickers in the inside, so like the O's or the L's, the loops. I had to get those pieces out, which I think I actually missed a K. That bottom K, I think I missed kind of taking that piece out. So I'm just scattering those across. There were some kind of sprigs or greenery. I decided to bring in some more gold there and just add them to each side of my layout. For the most part, embellishing is pretty much done. I do add a couple, so there's that keep smiling kind of tab. I do add that to the photo there, and then there's some circles. There's a small one that says stay wild. I added that to one of the circles at the top, and then a circle frame I added to the right. And then just kind of looking to see if there's anything else I can add, but I didn't find any, so instead I chose just to use my enameled dots, sticking with that circle theme, and just kind of scattering the enamel dots, usually in clusters of 2 for this layout for some reason, filling in spaces through that diagonal. So really had a lot of fun with this layout, used some new things or newer things, and then some older things from my stash with those phrase stickers. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will link the Simply the Best collection down below if you are interested, and we will see you next time. Bye guys.